What's up? My name is Alan Cox. Thanks for being here. Say hi to Bill Squire, who's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
Mary Santora is out. It's all boys today. Poundcake's in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people.
Because he's a real G. Yeah. If you'd like to join us, please do, telephonically or otherwise. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. 35192. If you want to send me a text. AlanCoxShow.com. Of course, that Bill mentioned there. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, you can leave messages there as well. We'll get to the Poundcake Sports Break a little later on. I think there's a brand new Poundcake podcast.
It should be up at the website.
At AlanCoxShow.com. Gay Globetrotter is what he called it. He teased it at the end of yesterday's show by saying it was going to be a hypothetical journey.
Did you listen to any of it, or?
I listened. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Do you have any opinion on it? Or?
I'm utterly confused.
Why?
Because these are places you haven't gone.
These are places I haven't gone, but I was looking up places if I were to vacay.
Right.
These are places I would want to visit. Right.
Now, if you do visit, I assume you would come back and do an episode about your travels and
Correct.
your travails there, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty much just saying there's some beautiful places all over the world that I don't want homophobia to win and me not go to them. Like,
I think they're winning over there.
That's in the Middle East, so yeah. But there's countries over on this side, like Barbados. I mentioned in the podcast that I was like, Barbados. Like, I know people that even where did they go? Where did that girl go missing?
Natalie Holloway.
That was
missing in the Bahamas, maybe Bermuda, something like that.
But yeah, like those countries, they're all pretty homophobic. But I don't ever hear people like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go."
As long as your money's green.
That's what I said, but maybe not.
She vanished in Aruba.
Aruba, that's what it was. And my gays visited Aruba.
Holloway. 2005. Wow, that was a long time ago. Natalie Holloway. I mean, Patrice was still alive because he had one of the best jokes about it. And so 2005. Joran van der Sloot, I think, was the guy that I don't know if they ever nailed him for anything or they...
Was she trafficked or they just like...
No, she just mysteriously disappeared. They think that this Dutch kid killed her when she was on vacation. That's the working theory, is that she...
So I'm saying stuff can happen everywhere.
Stuff can happen everywhere. That's right.
Homophobia stop you?
Certainly can, but there are places, surely you realize, around the world where the cards are stacked precipitously against you from the jump.
I mentioned...
Things can happen anywhere, but there are also places where some things are more likely to happen because they're codified into law and could happen.
Sure. I knew a guy in college that was from Nigeria, and they say Nigeria is probably the most homophobic country ever. And he was like, that's an American way of thinking. He was like, I'm from there. I lived there. He was like, now, was I out? No, but I didn't have to tell anybody I was out. I sounded gay. I looked
Nigeria
gay.
is Africa's largest by far exporter of scientists and doctors. That's why when people over here
and
are like, and marathon champions. They might be Senegalese.
And princes.
So when they go, we don't want anybody who's not from these, you know how many genius international people you're cutting off by talking about S-hole countries and things like that? Nigeria is a wealth of intelligence in those fields. Lagos is a massive city. So, yeah. Yeah, so I listened to it, the Poundcake podcast. It's up there.
Is it Lagos or is it Lago, like Lego?
I think Lago. The S is in the name. I'm going with Lagos. But Poundcake was talking about all the things that he wants to do when he goes over there.
Abu Dhabi, Mangrove, kayaking tour. And of course they put like white people in this picture. Like, come on, man. Like, make it seem like if you're trying to be exclusive, show them that you're exclusive. Don't put white people in there if you don't want all types of people in your country. You guys are probably racist just as much as you guys are homophobic.
See, I don't understand what you're trying to say there.
I'm saying they're promoting it as like an all-inclusive country. Look, it's family-friendly. It's not family-friendly. It's not a family-friendly country.
But you're talking about white people. But anytime white tourists show up, people go, here come the money.
Okay, but what if that white person is also
and
gay?
You know black people kayak too, by the way, right?
I understand, but that wasn't in the brochure. That the picture that I saw, it was just like a family, wife and kids, and it was just like George Michael going to Qatar. Is it Qatar or Qatar? I don't know.
I think it's Qatar these days, but who cares?
But he performed there.
Welcome back.
Mr. Qatar, give me drugs. Those of you who are 50 will enjoy that very much.
He performed there as an openly gay man, and I just thought that was so cool. But
he's also an international superstar. I mean, that's his shield.
But do you think that
nobody's
going to
assassinate? Yes, of course.
So Ricky Martin could go perform
of
there,
course.
or Dubai or Abu
Dhabi. Of course.
Okay.
Because they would have security for him. They, I mean, again.
But what statement would that make?
People around the world might not like gay people, but boy, they sure like celebrities.
Like
they don't care. Yeah, they don't care.
I just feel like if a celebrity,
he's living La Vida Loca.
I feel like if Lady Gaga vacationed in Dubai or Abu Dhabi and took a picture, like, hey, I'm here with my boyfriend, and
I think she would still get in trouble.
That's what the point that I'm making. She would get in trouble because they're like, oh, look how they abuse women. Women aren't allowed to be, they're not allowed to drive. They're not allowed to have all of their rights. And you're going there to vacation because you're a rich white girl?
That's what I'm talking about. And as far as you're concerned, you want to go to these places because all of those things come second to really cool tall buildings.
It's really cool tall buildings.
Yeah. You know what mangroves are, right?
A mangrove is when a tree grows underwater.
A mangrove is trees going in salt water. It's so cool. Isn't that amazing? I hope you think so.
Yeah, I learned something from my kid. I didn't know what the hell a mangrove was.
Isn't that amazing? I hope you think so.
You think so. Poundcake's going to put the man in mangrove.
Poundcake, I lost signal on your video.
It's fascinating to me that he still wants to go to all these places, though, despite...
I do.
I understand.
I want to visit Russia. And I'm not a fan of the politics, but they have some really cool old buildings.
Yeah,
they have a lot of history.
Red Square is supposed to be beautiful.
I want to go, to the Maldives just because it's an exotic location, but they're really, really, really homophobic there.
On an island?
Yes.
Huh.
They're very homophobic there, from what I heard.
So do you have like a international tourist guide to homophobic nations, or like where do you?
Yes, because there's places I wanted to visit. One of the reasons why I love Tel Aviv so much is because it's one of the only countries in the Middle East that is completely tolerant. Like it's literally just a strip. Now, obviously, they have their own problems, but they have a strip.
They do over there.
But I'm just saying, they're not well liked in the Middle East. But as far as internationally. It's a gorgeous country, beautiful people, and their politics is like whatever. Like they welcome tourists.
Their politics is like whatever.
You know that Poundcake's vote counts exactly as much as yours and mine does.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh boy, living in America. Yeah, the Maldives. I don't know anything about the Maldives, but I assumed, it's probably this. Is it an island country? They're like, woohoo, do what you want to do.
I'm an island boy.
Island boy.
I feel like there's a lot of...
And the Maldives, boy, you can't do anything.
There's hundreds of islands within the Maldives, right?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know anything about the Maldives.
Okay.
I've heard the name. I think it's an island. But who knows?
But yeah, that's why I like Tel Aviv so much.
Well, so the Maldives must be a Muslim island then, or country or whatever.
I don't know. I just know that they're...
I assume you know more about these than I do.
Well, there are some. I don't know all of their governments. Like some of them are ruled like by Britain still, which I brought.
Their politics are like whatever, Bill. I heard it. I heard what he was saying.
Their politics are like whatever. I want to go see.
Did anybody? Yeah. Did anybody hear anything? I was looking at the photo spread from the 21 Pilots show last night, and I got to give those dudes props because they're doing that show in friggin' wool ski masks, which cannot be. I like when you suffer for your art. It looks cool, I guess, but boy, that can't be. I got conflicting stories, by the way, on that tent thing. Because Gwen told me that a friend of hers said that it was a homeless activist demonstration.
Oh, really?
So imagine, though, if it was, but it was also people camping out for 21 Pilots. And no group talked to the other one. And so every other tent.
And they're like, we had a great turnout.
Amazing turnout. The kids were there. The youths were all out there. John said, I was listening to you talking about people camping to get out there, and Poundcake said about like the running of the bulls, and it made me think about the Redneck Run out at Jamboree in the Hills. They used to do a 4-day country show called Redneck Run, and every day people would line up with a tarp and they would claim their plot of land for the show that night, and they'd get, a starter gun, and then everybody would just sprint.
Yeah, take off.
Yeah. There's videos on YouTube. That'd be fun. So, yeah, I don't know what the actual story was, if it was people. Because, again, I talked about them camping out there on Monday, full day before the show. But somebody else was like, no, I think that's a homeless activism thing. And I'm like, wow, if it was both, that would be the best scenario there. Is that they were just all intermingled and intertwined, and they had no idea. One group completely talking past the other group. I can't wait to see what they do tonight. I know, me too. We're going to have speeches, and they're like, what? Yeah, we have activists coming down, and that one song of theirs I really like. What the homeless guy with the guitar in the corner? No, the pilots, the guys that are flying in. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, good night. Zip up your tent. But the kid who opened for them apparently won like the Tri-C Rock-Off, so imagine being that dude.
That's awesome.
I mean, people are still filing in when
But
you're the
still.
opener, but still, you're at the Romo Fijo. In what's probably a sold-out show, I imagine.
Yeah, I think it was sold out.
Yeah. I got a break. If you want to text for something, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. Want to watch there, and we'll be back after these.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Or whatever smart device you have.
Just tell it to play the